Is Samsung's next Fan Edition phone actually worth waiting for? That is the big question as the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition moves one step closer to launch. While excitement around this lineup used to be high, things feel a little different this time. According to firmware server data, Samsung has started testing the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition's software. The phone, with model number SMS731B, is already running test firmware, which gives us a strong hint that the company plans to release it before the end of this year. The firmware version S731BXXUOAYFB suggests the phone will likely come with Android 16 and One UI 8 pre-installed, which is good news if you care about having the latest software. But beyond that, the leaks so far have left people feeling unsure. One of the biggest reasons for the hesitation is the chip. Reports suggest the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition will use the same Exynos 2400E processor that powered the Galaxy S24 Fan Edition. That is a bit of a letdown for those hoping for a major performance upgrade. In fact, when people buy a Fan Edition phone, they expect solid specs at a slightly lower price, not recycled parts from last year. Still, it is not all bad news. There is talk of a slightly better front-facing camera this time around, going from 10 megapixels to 12 megapixels. That might be a small improvement, but for anyone who takes a lot of selfies or does video calls, it could make a real difference. There is also a chance that the new Fan Edition might look better than the last one. Some fan-made renders show thinner bezels around the screen, which could make the phone feel more premium even if the internal parts remain mostly the same. However, those images are not official, so we will have to wait to see if that really happens. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition is shaping up to be a mixed experience, just like the Galaxy S24 Fan Edition before it. And the final verdict might come down to one thing: price. The Galaxy S24 Fan Edition launched in the United States for $649 and in Europe for €749. If Samsung keeps the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition in that price range, it might still attract buyers who want a reliable phone with Samsung's software experience without paying for a flagship. But if the price goes higher while offering the same old processor, people might skip it altogether. With no official release date announced yet, we can only look at past trends. The Galaxy S24 Fan Edition was revealed in September and hit store shelves in October of 2024, so the Galaxy S25 Fan Edition might follow the same schedule. What if the next big leap in smartphone design isn't just a fold but two? Samsung is reportedly gearing up to unveil its first tri-folding phone, and if the latest leak is right, we won't have to wait long to see it. According to a new report from The Bell, Samsung plans to showcase this futuristic device during its Galaxy Unpacked event on July 9th. That's right next week. But don't expect it to hit store shelves right away. Mass production is set to begin in September, and the phone may go on sale sometime in the last quarter of this year. Now, let's talk specs because this phone isn't just about flashy folds. The tri-folding Samsung device is rumored to come with a massive 10-inch OLED display. That's basically the size of a tablet, packed into something that folds down. To fit in your pocket and powering it, the newly announced Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, said to be the fastest smartphone processor yet. It's clear Samsung wants this phone to feel like the future in your hands, but not everything is about going big. When it comes to the battery, the report says it will be smaller than the 5,600 mAh battery inside Huawei's tri-folding phone. That might raise concerns, but Samsung is likely betting on software and chip efficiency to make up for it. As for cameras, the setup could match what we're expecting in the Galaxy Z Fold 7, a 200 megapixels main sensor, a 12 megapixels ultrawide, a 10 megapixels telephoto with 3x optical zoom, and a 10 megapixels selfie camera. Those numbers put it right in flagship territory. But here's the thing: this won't be a mass-market device, at least not yet. The trifold phone is expected to cost more than 4 million Korean won, which is close to $2,941 US, and for now, it might only be available in China and South Korea. That's not surprising, though. This launch is less about selling millions of units and more about proving a point. Samsung wants to show it still leads in mobile innovation, especially as rivals like Huawei, Oppo, and Vivo push out thinner, lighter foldables with powerful specs. Huawei, in fact, launched its first tri-folding phone back in September 2024 and managed to sell over 400,000 units in just 2 months. Now, they're already preparing a second-generation model. So Samsung's tri-fold phone is coming late, but maybe not too late. With its in-house OLED display tech, powerful hardware, and a new form factor, it could still turn heads. The OLED panel, by the way, will be made by Samsung Display and is said to be extremely thin yet strong and flexible production of the. What if Samsung's biggest surprise at Unpacked isn't the Galaxy Z Fold 7 or even the Z Flip 7, but a third foldable that's cheaper and more accessible than anything we've seen from them before? Just as people were getting ready for the usual two-model foldable launch, something unexpected happened. A slip-up from Spigen, one of the biggest case makers, might have just confirmed that a Galaxy Z Flip 7 FE is real and it could be launching alongside the main devices this July. For a brief moment, Spigen listed cases for the Galaxy Z Flip 7 and a mysterious Z Flip 7 FE. These listings didn't stay up for long, but they were spotted quickly by Android Central and tech watchers. What makes this leak stand out is that Samsung is using the 7 in the name, clearly showing this fan edition isn't an afterthought. Last year's foldable FE didn't include a number in the name, which led to confusion. This time, Samsung seems to be telling us this is part of the main family, just more affordable, and that makes things exciting. According to leaks and early renders, the Galaxy Z Flip 7 FE is expected to keep the same design as the standard model, with a 6.7-inch main screen and a 3.4-inch cover display. So from the outside, it won't scream budget, but under the hood, some things are different. Instead of the usual Snapdragon processor, the fan is rumored to run on Samsung's own Exynos 2408 chip. It might come with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. The screen should still offer full high-definition plus resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate, so everyday performance might still feel smooth and sharp. But here's where it really matters: the price. Reports from South Korea say it could cost around 1 million Korean won. That's about 30% cheaper than the Galaxy Z Flip 6. If that pricing sticks for other markets, Samsung could be about to launch its most affordable foldable ever without waiting months after launch like they usually do with fan edition phones. That's a smart move. The market is getting more crowded. New players like nothing are offering sleek designs and powerful specs at lower prices. And with budget options from Chinese brands slowly entering the global foldable scene, Samsung can't afford to sit back. Bringing the Fed to launch alongside the Z Flip 7 and Fold 7 shows that Samsung is shifting its strategy. It wants to get more people into foldables right now, not just those willing to spend over $1,000. The idea of a foldable phone that's affordable, stylish, and part of the main lineup could be a game changer for users who've been curious about foldables but couldn't justify the price. This might finally be the right time.